Don't treat Social Security as an isolated optimization objective. Treat it as a part of the overall machine. What else does it affect, and what's the break even of that consequence? Welcome to How to Retire on Time, a show that answers your retirement questions. We're here to move past that oversimplified advice and get into the nitty-gritty. As always, text your questions to 913-363-1234. Again, 913-363-1234. And remember, this show is just a show. It's not financial advice, so make sure you do your research. David, what do we got today?
Hey, Mike, everyone says I should do an IRA to Roth conversion, but I'm not so sure.
Yeah, well, it's good that you're questioning. It's good to question. Here's the problem I have with this idea. It's based usually on the idea that you want to get the most out of Social Security. And let's say, well, I might not live that long. I want to get the most money out. I paid into Social Security my whole life. I want to get the most money out of it. Well, the problem is if you're just like, well, I don't need it. I'm still working. I'm still living my life. If you take it and you still work and you earn more than $21,000 a year, you're getting penalized. I mean, it's not technically a penalty. It's just every $2 more you earn, $1 is deducted from your benefit. So it's very inefficient. Also, you need to consider your tax ramifications. So if you have income and you don't really need the Social Security and you add it in there, now you're just paying more in taxes. Is that really worth it? And then if you're also wanting to do IRA to Roth conversions, is that getting in the way?
Does that count as income when you convert your IRA to a Roth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. It's an income distribution, so income taxes that affects your provisional income, your Social Security. It affects your adjusted gross income, the IRA to Roth conversions, and so on. So there's this ripple effect. When you file for Social Security, it could affect your income taxes, your income tax brackets. It could affect your long-term capital gains if you're taking income from long-term capital gains. It could affect the tax rate of Social Security. Maybe you're able to do some tax work beforehand, and then you got your Social Security more tax efficiently. It could affect your legacy planning. If you delay Social Security, it's going to affect your estate or your legacy planning if you file earlier on. When you file for Social Security, that could also affect it. If you just randomly take it and reinvest it, it's fine, but it also might push you up into IRMA and affect your health care if you're 65 or older. So there's all these caveats that you need to understand. If you file for Social Security, what else does it affect? And what's the break even of that consequence? For some people, filing early makes complete sense.
Yeah,
but it's usually not to reinvest.
Oh, right.
Because why would you take it, Social Security at a discount, just to put more money in there? I mean, I guess there's an argument for that because you might not need Social Security. You might as well just take it. You're not taking money from your assets. You're living off a pension, and that's all you really need. So you might as well just take it, put it in the market, because everything in the market's for legacy planning. Like, I can see certain arguments, but in those situations, they're often far and few between. They're the exception to the rule. Most people are looking to take income from their assets. That's what complicates the situation. Again, the question is usually based on the idea that I've paid into Social Security, so I want the most out of Social Security. And maybe if I take it earlier at a discount, I can grow those assets with the assumption that the growth of those assets will then offset the increase of the return or the higher benefit later on. Maybe I end up with more money. There are certain situations that may make sense, but oftentimes there's unintended consequences where it wouldn't make sense. Don't treat Social Security as an isolated optimization objective. Treat it as a part of the overall machine. I don't know much about cars, okay? Really don't. But I know enough that if you adjust one part of the engine or exhaust or something else, there's a benefit to it, but maybe there's a detriment to it.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe you can adjust a part of the car to increase your horsepower, but the detriment is it's guzzling more gas or something like that.
Sure.
Again, I don't know much about cars. I'm trying to off the cuff create an analogy here, but you see the benefits there and the detriment. Like there's got to be a trade.
Yeah.
With Social Security, there's a trade. If it only looks like there's upside potential and it's just a no-brainer, you're missing something. Use that as kind of your crutch.